Hey guys, Lisa Spaniak here from lifelikeyoumeanit.com, coming to you live to talk about beating imposter syndrome again. And this time what I would like to use is an NLP strategy that is continuing on from our last discussion about this, which is meta programs. And I would like you to think for a moment, if your imposter syndrome is really kicking up at work, for example. So you really think that anybody else would be better for the job that you have than you. You feel like you're the imposter there, that you don't know how you got your job, right? How you got your promotion or whatever it is. Or if you are even self-employed, you're an entrepreneur, right? And you're still using the same type of language where you can't believe that anybody wants what you have to offer, that anybody's buying your product or anything like that. But even in our personal lives, we will still show imposter syndrome with our relationships, even our relationships with our parents and with our partner and our children even as well, and certainly within our friendships as well. We'll do the same sort of thing, right? We can't believe that our friends really want to be friends with us or that our partner really wants to be with us. He must be just buying time until something better comes along. That type of thought process that goes through. So if we look at the business aspect of it right now, because that's the easiest for this particular moment, and hopefully we'll be able to easily transfer what we're going to talk about today into the personal life as well. So what I want you to do is to just think about somebody else that works in your organization, or if you are an entrepreneur, somebody that you look up to, maybe that does something similar to you, that is kind of a little bit of a role model for you. You kind of look at the types of offers that they have out there, right? If you're working for somebody else in a corporation, these would be your peers, right? Other people that have similar jobs to yours. And I want you to really look at what it is about what they do that makes them really good at their job. So think about all the traits that they have, everything they bring to the table, when they're giving a presentation or when they're, talking to their superior or their subordinate or the whatever, how do they interact with people? What's their level of empathy like? Right? Are they easy to get along with? Are they easy to have conversations with? Is that what makes them really good at what they do, as well as all their skills, right? And of course, everybody's going to bring something a little bit unique to the table, but you're going to start to see some generalities in there that you're able to say for many different people. And even if everybody is very unique, this is a really great opportunity for you to start getting clear on what you are going to need to show yourself to prove to yourself that you are good at this job, right? So if you look around at all of your peers and you notice, okay, so they're always on time. They are always prepared for meetings. They always come in with some questions. So it's like they've done a little bit of research ahead of time. They're always good at meeting their deadlines or whatever. It doesn't matter what the parameters are. It's going to be different for each unique person, right? Your idea of them being really good at what they do is a perceived idea. Everybody hopefully is good at what they do, but you perceiving somebody else in your office as being really good at what they do, you with imposter syndrome are separating yourself from them and saying that you're not as good. So let's really look at what makes them good at what they do. And same thing if you're an entrepreneur, right? Those people you look up to that are offering similar things to you, what is it that makes you feel like they are good at what they do, that they are the right ones to be offering this product to their audience, right? What do you like? What do you find endearing about them? And of course, the next thing that you're going to do is to start looking at yourself really long and hard and say, well, do I have any of these qualities? Now, granted, somebody with imposter syndrome just by nature is unable and unwilling to be able to actually see their own achievements, right? So, and give merit to those achievements. So that is part of the huge problem with imposter syndrome. But I'm not expecting you to do this exercise and all of a sudden be like, wow, I'm amazing. Look at all these things I could do. But I want to open up that door for you to start realizing that actually the things that you are judging to be indicators of being good at your job are things that you can also bring to the table. And if it's a skill that you currently don't have, very likely it's something that you can work on, right? If you're really crap at showing up on time, that is something that you can work on. If it's a learned skill that somebody learned in school and you didn't take that course or that program, you might still be able to learn and develop and hone that skill just by spending time with that person, paying attention, reading some books, asking them for some guidance and some advice, or maybe there is an actual course that you would like to sign up for and start to take. Right? The point is that you've got all of these same abilities, and you've got the resources that you need already at your fingertips, or they are resources that we can find for you so that you can actually meet the same criteria and actually see that you are comparing apples to apples with the other people at work. So using this example at work, I think, is really easy to see. And some people might find it a bit difficult to then transfer this into your personal life and your relationships with your friends and your family and your partner and whatnot. But hopefully you can see the same sort of thing, right? Not that many years ago, maybe about 10 years ago or so, I had a really dear friend of mine who was absolutely terrified that her boyfriend was going to cheat on her. There was absolutely no reason for her believing that this was going to happen. Not only had she not had a previous boyfriend cheat on her, but this man, had never been a cheater. But when she got together with him, she was absolutely adamant that he was going to cheat. And so this is a great exercise to be able, there's lots of things you can do in a case like this, but this is one of the things that you can do. If you're feeling the same sort of way, you're feeling like you're inadequate, like there's some reason why your partner would not want to stay with you, or your friends are just entertaining you, they don't really like being around you, right? You can do this same sort of idea and say, okay, so what does a good friend or a good girlfriend or a good wife look like? What kind of traits do they have to have? What types of skills do they have to have in order for people to be interested? Well, let's look at my own friends, right? What makes me interested in my own friends? What endears me to them? What makes me compassionate about them and empathetic with them and sympathetic with them, right? And start looking at, okay, well, they're honest and they're open and, they will be there for me in a pinch. And you start really looking at things and allow yourself to see them, and then do the same sort of thing, right? Well, what about me? Am I also able to be there for my friends? Am I also open and honest with them? And am I somebody that is reliable? They can really count on me, right? These are all things that if you realize that you don't come across that way, or you don't have this particular skill or habit, that if you want, you can start to cultivate it, right? But chances are you'll find that actually you are also all of these things, right? So this just starts opening up the dialogue for your brain, for your unconscious and your conscious mind, to start having a little conversation together to say, you know what, this is a little silly how we are not allowing ourselves to actually match up in the eyes of anybody else. This imposter syndrome is not what we deserve, and we're going to rewrite this script. So just one of many tips that I have for you. Head on over to my IGTV series, or my YouTube playlist, or my series on Facebook, where we've got lots of other videos helping you bit by bit help to tackle your imposter syndrome as well as anxiety. And by all means, feel free to reach out and jump on a free 30-minute coaching call where we can actually see what's going on with you and how I will be able to help get you back on track, get you to where you deserve to be. So the link for that is lifelikeyoumeanit.com. Good name, right? lifelikeyoumeanit.com/calendar, and just book a day and a time that works best for you. Thank you so much. I hope this helps. Bye.